When Madison Bumgarner takes the mound, he's usually the center of attention. But right now he has to take a back seat to the Giants offense. The defending world champs have a lineup that just keeps the line moving. And today they look to pound out some more hits for their ace. It's Giants. Bumgarner taking on the A's in game 2 of the series. And it's next. We've got an overcast Saturday afternoon here at AT Park as we get ready for Giants baseball game 2 of this 3-game series, A's and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a great combination last night, hitting, pitching, terrific defense. Giants will like to do that, obviously, again today. But the one thing special about today is you got your ace going, and that's Madison Bumgarner.
Well, Madison Bumgarner, who's won 3 of his last 4 outings, is on the hill today, and this is a big game and an opportunity to assure that you win this series against the A's. And for Bumgarner, who labored in his last outing, had an extra day's rest, and by his own admission, he was a little tired going into the last start. He feels very refreshed, very good, and we hope that it applies to his effort on the field. He will have one thing here. The last 10 games, the Giants are averaging 7 runs a game. They've outscored their opponents 70-30. They are clicking on all pistons, so I hope the offense continues.
All right, should be a good game here at AT&T Park. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups. And we'll have the very first pitch of this game. We'll have all of that right after this. Boardwalk, get to the beach, good time. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 64 degrees here at the yard. You see the winds, humidity high, and it is a bit overcast. Quick look at the lineup that Bumgarner will be facing. It'll be Simeon, Laurie, and then Zobrist. Butler will be the cleanup hitter, followed by Smolinski, Fegley, and then Mark Canha. Sam Fuld will hit 8th, and Chris Bassett will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner. He'll be 26 years old in about 6 days. 6'5", 250-pounder. This is what he has done in 19 starts, 10-5, 3.27 ERA, 124 strikeouts, 124 innings. Low 90s fastball with natural cut, curveball, changeup.
And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a bit high.
Bumgarner against the A's has not always fared that well. 1-2 with an ERA of 6.41.
Canna did not start last night. He pinch hit. Or make that Simeon down the left field line and foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Let's take a look at that defense playing behind Bumgarner this afternoon, starting the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Blanco, Pagan, and Pence, the best arm in right field. Crawford and Duffy on the left side. Panic and Belt will patrol the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. Day game after night game. Not a problem for the veteran catcher. And that's our Toyota Exmo, showing you just how close that was. That is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
It was a lot closer than I thought.
Wow.
2 balls and 1 strike. Joe West doing the honors. There's a couple of good fans here at the park.
It's the 2014 version.
And a strike. 2-2. I mentioned Simeon as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1 last night. With Laurie and Zobrist, and there's a swing and a miss. And that's how this game gets started, is Simeon strikes out. You miss a home run by a foot and then you strike out. It's just not right.
Big league hang with him.
Here you see Joe West, Danley, Drake, and Draburn from first to third.
West, the crew chief, he's a low ball umpire by nature. You won't see many belt high strikes, but you will see width on both sides of the plate. He is not afraid to ring a guy up with 2 strikes. In fact, I think he kind of enjoys it.
Laurie last night went 1 for 4. And swinging on the first pitch, he pops this one out to shallow right field. And coming in is Hunter Pence to make the running catch.
All right, time now for our Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Most consecutive 10-plus win season since, well, in San Francisco history since 1958. Kirk Reeder had 7. Madison Bumgarner now has 5. Mike McCormick, he had 4. And that's for lefties with 10-plus win seasons in the San Francisco era. Very cool. Very cold. Very cool. Our Cold Hard Facts.
And here's Zobrist, who homered last night. And the pitch to Zobrist, the switch hitter, and the fastball is high. Zobrist overall has faced Bumgarner 3 times, and he's 2 for 3. And the 1-0, and it's a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Put your sunscreen on.
Leave some skin, Mom. And the 1-1 pitch. Backdoor misses. 2 balls and a strike. Bumgarner looking in at Joe West, and Joe looking right back at him.
I don't think he's throwing a ball yet. He just hadn't gotten a lot of them that are right there on the corner. This is a very close pitch. Bumgarner thought he had it. Bit outside.
Up the middle. Bumgarner knocks it down. It'll be panic throwing, not in time. Bumgarner knocked it down, I believe, with his throwing hand. You say it all the time. Sometimes it gets numb. It takes a while.
Well, immediate concern on the face of Giants head trainer Dave Greshner. May have caught him just at the base of his hand. Yeah, I think it just caught him on the heel of his hand.
Better there than someplace else.
Better than a fingertip.
Yep.
I mean, he's feeling it, but it's not. It shouldn't bother him with the feel on his pitches.
So here's Butler. Yeah, why not? Throw one to first. See how it feels. Butler last night had 3 hits, went 3 for 4. And he takes one wide. He's 3 for 9 lifetime, includes World Series numbers. And one of the 3 hits for Butler off of Bumgarner, a home run. And that time he gets the call. Zobrist only has 1 steal, so it's not likely he's going to take off. High to left field in the park to Blanco. Side retired. Think he just missed it?
Just missed it.
Giants are coming up. It'll be Pagan to lead things off.
Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get the new steak and egg breakfast burrito at Jack in the Box. It's not your basic breakfast burrito. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Giants are coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. And it'll be Pagan to lead things off, followed by Panic, Duffy, and then Buster Posey. Hunter Pence, he's red hot right now. Feld will hit 6, then Crawford, Blanco, and Bumgarner.
On the hill today for the Oakland Athletics will be the right-hander Chris Bassett. Big guy, 6'5", 210 pounds. He's a rookie, 26 years of age. You can see a good fastball. It's mid-90s. Got a good over-the-top curveball slider and a changeup combination.
A long run for Canna, and he's not going to get there. It's in the seats anyway, and it's 0-1. All right. Gave the old man a hug. Not a bit. Sometimes it ends up right where it's supposed to be.
Has a funny way of doing that.
Way outside to the backstop. Pagan had 3 hits last night.
Just a bit outside.
Pagan's actually happy that he wasn't a right-handed hitter. That would have hurt.
That would have hurt.
Two balls and a strike. Panic and then Duffy. This is a Giants team last night that wrapped out 17 hits. The 2-1. Foul back.
Let's take a look at the A's defense today, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Canna, Fold, and Smolinski. Simeon and Laurie on the left side. Zobrist and Butler on the right. Josh Fegley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Bassett is ready, and now the 2-2 pitch. And it's popped up shallow left field. And it's going to be Cannon who comes in and makes the catch. So Pagan retired, and here's Joe Panik. Panik went 0 for 4 yesterday. He did contribute with a sacrifice fly. And he looks at a strike. Giants trying to figure out Bassett.
Bassett originally got to the big leagues with the White Sox. He came over to the A's in the Samardzija deal last year.
And another pitch up in the zone, and Panik fouls it to the backstop. Giants have won 3 straight, 9 of 10. They've won 9 of 10. They're 26 and 22 at home. Breaking ball up the middle and a base hit. So Panik waited on it nicely. It may have been that Bassett slowed it down just a little bit. And the Giants have their first base runner.
If you're going to make a mistake to Joe Panik, don't make it up. I mean, that is right in his wheelhouse. But the key was watch how he stays in his back leg. It's an off-speed pitch, sees it, waits, and just that little pause there kept his hands in position, and he goes right back up the middle. That's a disciplined approach.
So here's Duffy. Duffy 2 hits last night. Yep, dibs on Duffy. You betcha. And a strike. Yeah. I hope that Mom and Dad have a little patience. They may have their hands full today watching this game.
Oh, yeah, but they're psyched.
Plus, they're in a good spot.
Yep. No place they'd rather be.
Right now, Bassett out of the stretch pretty good. It's 0-2 to Duffy.
And one thing about Joe West, I mean, you don't have to be between the knees of a catcher to get the strike. I mean, they set up an inside target. That was on the outside corner, and he still called it a strike. I do believe it was a strike. He sets his zone, and that's it. I mean, the sides of his strike zone can breathe a little bit, but in all, it's a pretty good zone. Chris Bassett, a lot of fastballs. 64% of the time, league hitting 238 against the fastball. And then there's the specialty pitches, slider, curveball, changeup, of which the slider is his #1 in preference. Out of the University of Akron. He's a zip.
Wow.
And Akron, the University of Akron is in danger of losing its baseball program. How about that?
Wow. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the ground, Butler knocks it down. That's 1. Not in time. So Duffy hit it hard, but Butler with a nice play.
Duffy's kind of in that mode right now where he's hitting the ball hard and he's not getting a lot to show for it.
No, you're right.
Last night, 5 at-bats, he hit the ball hard 4 times. He had 2 hits. This ball hit right on the button. Butler slows it down, but just too much speed from Duffy on the back end to get the deuce.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster last night 3 for 4. Picked up an RBI to give him 67 on the season. And he hooks this one high and foul and gone. And that was an ambush fastball swing right there.
You're right. He was sitting on #1. something we've seen him do since early in spring training. He'll pick out a pitch, a location, and if you come in there on the first pitch, he's going to have at it. The way that he gets pitched, I mean, oftentimes the best pitch location-wise in the strike zone is the first pitch he sees.
And he got a hanger.
Watch where this ball goes after it's fouled off. It's Fegley, and then it goes up and hits Joe West.
It's not safe at home plate. So Bassett's done a nice job of getting 0-2 to the Giants hitters here in the first. Foul. Oh, just out of reach.
Well, Molly Cabanera, our ball babe today on the first base side, she found a good home for it. She usually does.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Second inning coming up. Bumgarner coming up.
Sonoma Nationals, July 31st through August 2nd at Sonoma Raceway. Visit racesonoma.com for tickets today.
No score as we head to the second inning.
So, for those of you who don't believe in Batman,
there it is.
We beg to differ.
That's very cool.
I think the San Francisco Police Department bought that amphibious vehicle for one place, McCovey Cove.
You think?
I do.
You might be right.
There's a
lot of criminals out there, you know. I mean, you never know. They might be stealing lobsters. Who knows what they're doing out there?
Well, he's there to find out. I've never seen anything like that. That wasn't in the movies.
Well, yeah, the closest thing is what? The duck boats? That might blow the duck boats away. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they would. Brent Schoenthal, our ball dude on the third base side today, making a play. I gotta believe he's the luckiest guy in the force right there, right in that thing.
I want to be that guy. Look, he gets to wear a batting helmet all the time.
This guy's going to get a ticket. I'm telling you, he's going too fast.
Breaking ball to Smolinski. It's now 3-2. So Bumgarner trying to get his feet on the ground here in the second inning. Fegley and then Mark Canha. Check in with Amy G, an unhappy Bumgarner.
All right, well, I have some happy news to give you, Dwayne. Let's get fans an update on Tim Lincecum, who played catch for the first time since getting cortisone shots in both hips. Boch said that's a really good move right now for him, and he could throw from a mound in a few days. Also, Nori Aoki, still with the AAA affiliate, the River Cats in Albuquerque, played 7 innings last night. Did not record a hit, but came out of it feeling very good, and that's what's most important to the Giants right now. Boch also said he's glad he's getting a few more rehab games, so he will get some more at-bats, guys.
All right, good stuff, Amy. There's a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Some Bumgarner thinks that he's getting a little pinched on the strike zone right now with Joe West. That can happen. I said Joe West's strike zone can breathe a little bit. Sometimes it can be real tight. Other times it loosens up, and that can happen in the game.
Fouled out of play on a fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Fegley's a .275 hitter. He's having a good year. 6 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He's at the plate with Smolinski at first. Foul back, 1-2.
Take a look at what Madison Bumgarner would use when he's ahead in the count. 43% fastballs, curveballs, cutters. When he's behind, fastballs and cutters. So 5% of what you're going to see when he's behind the count is soft stuff. For the most part, he's going to come at you hard with fastballs and cutters.
Hit on the ground. Shovel. 1. Not in time. What a nice turn, though. Bruce Bochy's at the top step.
I think both managers are going to look at this. I think Melvin's going to look at the play at second, and Bochy's going to look at the play at first. And I think it was called correctly.
Yeah, I do too.
Now here's the back end, and clearly the play was beaten by Fegley at first base. And it's a matter of whether or not. Yeah, he got it. Absolutely. Done well.
That's when your shortstop is really trusting that your second baseman is going to give you a throw, because if that's offline a little bit, you're going too fast to be able to make an adjustment. So credit that play to Panic. Here's Canha. Canha at .233. He's got power. 8 home runs, 33 driven in. High again, 2-0. So Bumgarner trying to get it down. On deck is Sam Fuld. Fegley at first, 1 out. Same spot. and a 4-pitch walk. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in True HD and over 400 mobile and connected devices with MLB.TV Premium. Every night on every device, visit MLB.TV for details. There's Charmaine and Dave. Charmaine, Jim Lynch, our director's sister. She told us some stories today about Jim. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's pretty proud of her brother.
Yeah, I think she called him a thief when he was little.
Well,
also told us that that's who did Jim's homework.
She did it all the time.
Yep. Jim was messing with the dials on TV, and sister was doing Jim's homework. There's a pitch up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. The bottom line is she said that he was a good brother, and we're not surprised by that. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a strike, 1 and 2. Maybe a little surprise. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just a tad.
That's a tad.
Well, right now, Bumgarner is really starting to get steamed, and Joe West is one of those umpires that has a fuse that's about as long as his little finger. That ball's up for Joe West. I mean, you're not going to get many high strikes for him. It's just not going to happen. It's never been that way.
Well, just so you get the low one then. Also, full strikes out anyway. But you get 2 big fellas that are headstrong going at each other, and you just don't want it to affect the game. So here's Chris Bassett. And a strike to Bassett.
And this really is one of the disadvantages of the American League and interleague play. The at bats that the pitchers have, they just don't get a chance to hit. I'm not saying Bassett won't get a hit here, but he didn't have a lot of experience. But hitting really by pitchers all across baseball is way down. The average this year is a lot less than what it normally averages it out to.
Blocked by Buster Posey, 1 and 2. And that'll do it. 3 strikeouts, 2 in the inning, and Pence to lead things off.
Pence a 4 for 5 night with a couple of doubles, 2 RBIs. And it was the 15th time in his career that he has had 4 hits in a game. First time he's done it this season. Last time was last year. Here, an opposite field gap. That was early in the ball game. And that one had to go to review, but indeed he did beat it out for a 4-hit night. So Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
So here's Pence. Pence's average now at 311. And he takes a pitch low. The couple other games, Boston hosting Detroit, and one that's of interest to the Giants, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. They're underway in the second inning as Pence fouls it to the backstop. Dodgers and Mets tonight. Or here early afternoon. A 1-1 pitch to Pence. Big breaking ball low. 2 balls and 1 strike. It was the Hunter Pence gnome giveaway today. Not as creepy as the Pence on the fence. Pulled on the ground, foul.
All right. Well, despite a poor effort from our ball dude, we are going to go right to our Geico quote. This one comes from Bruce Bochy on Hunter Pence's strong play since coming off the disabled list. He's one of our guys. He makes a difference. He has so much energy and the talent too. We're clicking everywhere, and that's what it's going to take down the stretch.
Breaking ball. Got him. He buckled Pence, and Pence thought about an emergency swing but couldn't get it off. So here's Bell.
Let's take a look at Brent Schoenthal, our ball dude. I got this one. Yeah. Nope. Whoa.
Well, he's got
stay up. I got money on you.
He's got
babe.
Walking shoes on.
Well, I know. Are you going to be a ball dude? You're going to run a marathon. I mean, you can't do both.
You can't have lunging shoes on.
Yeah.
Here's Belt.
Better to wear wingtips.
Better to pull out something black that has laces. Belt hitting at 277. So now Bass is starting to get a feel for that curveball, and that is significant. See, those are better than lunging shoes.
Those shoes would have been better for our ball dude. The steel-toed type.
You laughed. You didn't think Pence on the fence was a little creepy?
No, I did. But it's good luck.
Oh, it was popular.
There they are. And then they've been there every day. And since they've been showing up, the Giants are 9-1. So they're not going to go away anytime soon.
Oh, that is an emergency swing.
It's a big league
without breaking your bat.
I think he hit this on the back part of the bat. I'm not really sure how it even made a noise.
You can't teach that. Down low, 2-2. Crawford on deck. On the ground and foul. Belt was not so sure. For whatever reason, Bruce Bochy's already in a bad mood.
Well, he went fishing in his off day and he didn't get any fish. And that usually ruins his mood for like 4 days.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just a wee bit high. Bassett was already walking off the mound.
Now the Bumgarner will notice that and go, okay. Pulls another one foul. Ooh, bare-hander. Molly, be careful.
All right, who'd she get this time? Not you, not you. All right, let's take a look. Oh,
Try to Kevin Mitchell. Didn't work.
Molly, use the glove.
Out of play. I'm going to point out something, and it's probably going to mess with you the rest of the game, but when you're looking at the center field camera, what do you think about the shoulder pads on Fegley?
Targets.
Broken bat. It's going to hang up, and Smolinski will make the catch.
Well, log on to csnbayarea.com during every Giants game and follow the action with In-Game Live, brought to you by Smud. There, you're going to find a pitch tracker, live updating box scores, real-time play-by-play updates, and much, much more. Only on csnbayarea.com. Smud, Sacramento Municipal Utilities District. Well, there's the bride-to-be. All right, Brooke.
Easy. Keep an eye on them, all right?
Yeah.
The rest of the game. Maybe we can have just one of our roving cameras follow that group.
Just put a beeper on Brooke. That's the key. Yep, gamer babes.
Where are they headed? Is that upper deck? It is. Sammer, I think I know where Sammer's going to be the rest of the day.
He's going to be following Brooke and her buds. Well, those shoulder pieces that Josh Fegley has on, I mean, they serve a purpose, but they are good targets.
It's bothering me, I got to tell you.
Oh, if you're on the mound out there, I mean, that's something to throw to.
That's great, but it's still bothering me. It's the only thing I see. One and two. Yep. Sammer just asked for oxygen so he could get up there too. Yeah, see? Yeah. Oh yeah, Sammer, yeah. No, you're hanging down there. 1-2 to Crawford. This will be a long run for Canna. Can he get there? And it's a foul ball as Canna overran it. He got there. He got there too soon.
Well, as he gets over towards the foul line, now it starts to play a little trick, checks the wall, and whoop, I got to come back. And it still was foul, but not by a bunch, about 2 feet. Just an overrun. And that can happen in this ballpark. You get drift.
Life for Crawford. See if he can take advantage of it. Two and two. Crawford reaches out and stays alive. May have been a ball.
The Giants continue to do something that they really has become a signature of their offense. They get pitches out of that pitcher.
Three and two.
I mean, you think about it, the Giants, had a base hit, and that's been really the extent of their offense. But yet, Bassett's about ready to throw pitch number 39.
Yep. Hit on the ground. Butler to end the inning. Brooke and her friends, they're settling in. We'll keep an eye on that group. I know Sammer will. It's 0-0.
Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
No score. See folks out in the Cove. It'll be Marcus Semien to lead things off. Semien struck out in the first inning. Here he takes a high strike. It's 0-1. Swing. Ain't gonna miss. 0-2.
Pretty good snap on that slider.
Laurie to follow, then Zobrist. And a little pop-up. And it's out of play. Oh, and 2 to Marcus Semien.
She got the ball, gave it to him. Now, that's a new twist.
That is a new twist. Panic going out. He's telling Pagan that he's got it all the way, and he does.
I'm impressed. Boxed him out, got the bound.
Wow.
Yeah, she's played some hoop in her
That
time.
was a terrific play.
That's an athlete, folks.
Here's Brett Laurie, swung at one pitch and popped out in the first inning. He is an aggressive hitter, and Bumgarner flops a breaking ball in for a strike.
Bumgarner. Nice little curveball there. So he's established the slider and the curve in the eyes of the A's.
Tries to check his swing. the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit. It's the largest on-air investigative journalist dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. You can watch award-winning stories that have helped make the Bay Area a better place at NBCBayArea.com/investigations. Yeah, that guy's been investigated more than once, trust me.
Dave Benzer.
In the dirt, 1-2.
Dave Benzer, our crack cameraman down on the first base side. Cancer survivor, gamer. But you're right. He's been investigated a few times.
Yeah. Continues to get off. They just have a good lawyer. Down low, 2-2.
Good pitch, good take.
Got him.
Stayed down below the strike zone, and he got him to chase.
Starting to get into a rhythm now, isn't he?
Well, his breaking ball definitely showed up now. It's 3 strikeouts of the last 4 hitters. So deceptive, does not show you the ball early. And Laurie going down, trying to dig one out, swings right over the top of it.
Here's Zobrist, who bouncing off of the throwing hand of Bumgarner in the first, and he picked up a base hit, and here he's going to drive it into the alleyway, and it's going to roll to the wall. Zobrist is going to go for 3, and that's where he'll end up. So 2 hits in the game for the A's, both by Ben Zobrist.
Yeah, and I think he went up there looking for something away, thinking about that right center field gap. They set the target away, and he just inside outs it right through Triple's alley. I mean, that's just a guy with a plan and executing perfectly when he got what he was looking for. And he knows in this ballpark, you find that gap, it's a stand-up triple.
So here's Butler. Butler hit a fly ball to left to end the first inning. Had a pretty good swing. And there's a hard breaking ball. Butler chases one in the dirt, another in 2.
Yeah, he's going to have a little step out and chat with himself going out of the strike zone.
Oh, 2. Zobrist at third. And he pulls this one on the ground. Foul.
Nice pick. Take care of her. Atta babe. High fives around. She is psyched.
Oh, 2. High fastball, 1-2.
Tried to elevate above the zone. Butler lays off, but it does set up another pitch down the dirt. And Posey will never hesitate to call that play. I mean, you have to have a confidence as a pitcher that your pitcher's going to block, your catcher's going to block it if he calls it.
And he does. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Panic. Side retired. Zobrist stranded at third. Blanco, Bumgarner, Pagan coming up.
Is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Brewers are in town on Monday. They'll be there Monday and Tuesday, both night games. The Wednesday is a day game. Giants fans love their day baseball. It'll be Giants Brewers, a 3-game series. Get your tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Blanco. Blanco almost runs into one. 1 for 3 last night for Gregor Blanco. Ryan Howard, about 15 minutes ago, hit a 3-run home run for the Phillies in that Phillies-Cubs game. Cole Hamels is throwing for the Phillies. There's Blanco as he takes a strike.
Maybe grandpa, granddaughter? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Two and two to Blanco. Fly ball to left, right at Canna. So Bumgarner's going to hit with 1 out. Yeah, very shortly you start paying attention to the wild card standings. The Pirates are 16 games over 500, and then the Giants now with a half a game lead on the Cubs, and then the Mets. Mets played great baseball for a while. Now they're a game over 500. But with that pitching staff, you cannot discount them.
Oh, they are going to be in it all the way because of the pitching staff.
Bumgarner with a check swing roller past Billy Hayes.
Now there's Anna's bachelorette party. Anna, our bride-to-be, and her buds.
0-1 to Bumgarner, who's got 10 hits on the year, as he takes that one outside for a ball. The thing about Bumgarner now, he's going to get the guy out on the mound's best. He's reached that point as a hitter. And he's perfectly fine with that.
Well, he hasn't been taking any batting practice. But he says since he quit taking batting practice, he's put about 70 points on his batting average. So I said, what's your approach when you get up there? He goes, I'm trying to hit it out every time, every swing. It's
That's
pretty
a
simple.
swing right here.
It's a swing. I mean, that is a strong man. If that was an axe, he could have knocked the tree down in one swing. Just missed it.
That swing earned him a hook.
And we might see another one here, 3-2.
Absolutely. Foul at the plate. And the 3-2, and Bumgarner hits a high drive to left. It is out of here. Bumgarner with his third of the year, and the Giants lead 1-0. Unbelievable.
Should have thrown the breaking ball. And that just lit this place up. Nine home runs for Madison Bumgarner, and that's since 2012. Like I said, every pitch he's trying to hit it out of here. He got one he could barrel.
So here's Pagan. And Pagan takes low. Well, let's check it out.
Well, two-seam fastball. That's bent arm action right there. That was off the plate running towards him. I mean, that swing right there gives you an idea of just what type of a hitter he is.
I'm going to guess, Mike, and say that he didn't get all of that. I think he got in on it a little bit.
I think you're right. I mean, he's just so strong. And he doesn't have to put it right on the sweet spot to knock it out.
Pagan, center field, hit well. Fold back. Fold is going to make the catch as he runs up against the wall. 2 outs.
Oh, that's a brilliant play. And Fold's jump allowed him to catch this. He kind of had a little arc in the route, but understandable because you're going to get carried to the center part of this ballpark. And a high backhander. That really was a tremendous play. No part of it was easy.
Here's Panik, who singled in the first. And he takes in tight.
Foles not a big guy. He's listed as 5'10", but there's no way. He's 5'10", I'm 6'10".
So you're not buying the height of Mr. Fold is. Panik bounces out. Bumgarner can't wait to get out of the dugout. He hits his third home run of the year, and it's bye-bye baby. 1-0 Giants.
Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, behind Madison Bumgarner, it's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Smolinski, Fegley, and Canna are going to hit. Swinging a foul out of play. It's no balls and 2 strikes. .54 pitches for Bumgarner. On the ground and a fair ball. Double clutch. And because of the double clutch, Smolinski's going to beat it out.
There'll be a leadoff single for Smolinski. Here is where he had a problem getting the grip. Didn't come out, didn't feel right in the hand, had to go back in and double clutch, and that was all Smolinski needed.
So here's Fegley. Fegley hit a slow roller to Panic, and he reached on a fielder's choice. In tight with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes.
Big curveball again. Bumgarner thought he was denied what he thought should have been a strike.
On the ground, foul on the 2-0 pitch. So Bumgarner took just a little bit off.
Taira Uematsu making a friend. There's Mike Phillips. Rusty, if he's not here, he'd rather be surfing.
Two balls and 1 strike. That foul, 2-2.
Green layer that we had this morning, it's all but burned off. Turned out to be a spectacular day here in the Bay Area.
Spectacular. 3-2.
This is an interesting count now for Bob Melvin, the A's manager, because it is a count they could run on. You're betting on contact. You're betting on a strike. You've got pretty good speed at first base with Smolinski.
Soft toss to first, chasing Smolinski back.
So Bruce Bochy thinking the same thing. That throw over to first was called by Bochy.
Three and 2. Out of play. So Bumgarner comes in.
Somebody make a play over there.
Well, it's not going to be Mike Ratus, I can assure you of that.
You think his good play days are over?
He's been dodging foul balls for 35 years. Down the left field line, fair foul, fair ball, and with Smolinski on the move, this is going to tie the game. So an infield hit and a double.
Three-two. You got to get in that strike zone. Not a hanger. It was down there knee high out over the plate. And Fegley just went down and hooked it into right field, or into left field rather.
So here's Canna. And Canna lifts a fly ball to left for Blanco. Okay, in just a little bit on Canna. 1 out.
A Bumgarner fan. Is that Jack Clark or Will Clark fan?
That's a Will, I believe. That's the All-Star Bumgarner jersey.
This year.
They got jerseys in the Giants dugout store. It's like they're all over the place. And it's called the Majestic Clubhouse.
Yeah, get down there and ask for
I
Dave.
did not see one of yours or one of mine in there.
You did?
I did not.
Well, it must be sold out.
So I'm not going back.
Well,
I actually saw a blank one and I had a Sharpie. So you have one in there and so do I.
Nice going. Good work with the Sharpie.
Fold with a mighty swing and a foul back. Nothing in 2.
Lots of Bumgarner jerseys all around the country. It's the number one selling jersey.
Did you see that? And Buster was 3rd and Pence 6th.
I did see that.
0-2 to Sam Fold. And he got him again.
This time with the fastball above the hands. Just throws a fastball right above the hands on the inside corner. Yep. Now we post it.
Here's Bassett. Bassett struck out looking in the 2nd. And that may have nicked Buster Posey.
It's not a bad hack either.
No, he has swung the bat before, absolutely.
Plus, he gave up a home run to Bumgarner this game. You know he's going to try and return the favor.
Yeah. No balls and 1 strike. And a breaking ball, 0-2.
That was a great look at the Bumgarner breaking ball. He'll throw to right-handers to take out that outside corner, and you would swear that thing is nowhere near the strike zone. But when it finally gets to the catcher, it's between the knees. That low 3/4 release, that big bender. That's the pitch that a lot of guys from the right side will give up on. But you just cannot do that against Bumgarner. Easier said than done.
So it's 1-2, a run in for the A's. Two and 2.
It's pitch number 70. At the end of 4th inning, he should be right around 60 or less, so he is a little higher than he should be.
Bumgarner will spin around, take his time, and that'll end the inning. A's tie it up. Duffy, Posey, Pence, and maybe more. It's 1-1.
Member of the Comcast Sportsnet family, Dylan Wicks, the daughter of one of our longest tenured cameraman, Scotty Wicks, passed away last week at the age of 5. She was born with a rare heart condition, and she battled bravely throughout her entirely too short life. To Scotty, his wife Dana, and their other daughter Aaliyah, there is just nothing harder. Our thoughts and prayers are with you in this most difficult of times. We love you, guys.
Can't imagine.
She was a trooper.
Can't imagine. It's a 1-1 ball game. Is Matt Duffy will lead things off. Duffy takes a strike. He had a sharp ground ball to Butler in the first inning. Reached on a fielder's choice. Trying to get on for Buster Posey, and it's low. Panic with a hit. Bumgarner with a home run. 2 hits for the Giants as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's a good pitch. 1-2.
Away, away, away. 2 breaking balls and a fastball, all in that outside part of the plate.
Curveball, and it's lined right at Simeon for out number 1.
Another bullet off the bat of Duffy, who continues to hit into hard luck. A mistake, and they set the target again away. They missed him location middle in, and he was right there to spank it. Just a big hanging breaking ball. You're supposed to hit those hard. He does, but it finds a glove.
Posey struck out in the first. And a curveball, and it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. This hit on the ground to third for Brett Lord. Two outs, and here's Pence.
Bassett has been pretty good with all of his pitches. I mean, he really hasn't had a problem getting anything over. And throwing a lot of changeups, the curveball and the slider combination, the fastball. He's used both types of grips, 2 different types of movement.
Penn struck out looking in the second. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Belt is on deck. Should Pence reach. Inside corner, outside corner, 0-2. He's throwing to those yellow pads.
You mean the sunflowers on his shoulder?
Yeah.
They're great visual targets for a pitcher. Except for that pitch.
Yeah. One-two pitch. Here it is to Pence. My goodness, same spot. 2-2.
Yeah, those are rough ones. I mean, you have to block him as a 2-strike count. If a guy swings at it, I mean, you've got to make sure that you can get to the ball and throw him out. But not an easy assignment. I mean, this is way away. Fegley doing a nice job to get any part of his chest protector on it.
Two and two. Driven high and foul down the right field line.
Nice. 100 minutes makes the Athletics cry. At least that's what her sign says.
Three and two to Pence. Pence hits a high fly ball to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Bassett with a 1, 2, 3, 4th. Fifth inning coming up.
July 31st through August 2nd at Sonoma Raceway. Visit racesonoma.com for tickets today.
Well, watch live TV right now with the NBC Bay Area app. You can see breaking news and investigations from NBC Bay Area News. Watch live TV now, form the menu, register, and you're good to go.
Top of the order for the A's. You see it's a 1-1 ball game. It's Marcus Semien to lead things off. Semien is struck out and popped out. Line drive. Belts got it. He's got a wingspan, and he needed it.
Well, he really does. We're going to make that our forward right choice, and we're going to show you what 6 foot 5 inch and a boarding house reach looks like on the high backhander. It gets by him. That's at least a pair. With Semien's speed, I mean, it could have been a triple. Nice play and a big play.
So here's Brett Laurie, who's 0 for 2. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
I think Laurie was too enthusiastic about that call.
No.
It's just a feeling I have.
He whirls the bat around like it's a toothpick.
Going right back in. Well, he's strong, no doubt.
Stays in constant motion. Something's always moving. Be a tough guy to go to the movies with, I got to tell you.
Well, especially if he's sitting in front of you.
Well, 1 and 2. a solid year. 8 home runs, 37 runs batted in. More work for Belt. Tuesday, August 11th is the second Irish Heritage Night. Your special event packages like this. It's a ticket to the game, the Irish Heritage Night pregame party, and an Irish-themed Giants messenger bag. Now, a reminder, you need a ticket to get all the good stuff. So go to sfgiants.com/special events. You do not have to be Irish to purchase this package. You don't.
Hey, Kuiper's here.
No, I don't get the 0-0. Do you? I mean, 0-1 I get, but 0-0 I don't get.
Well, it should be 18, shouldn't it? Hey.
Hey, look. Just happy to be recognized.
There you go.
1 ball and 1 strike. Zobrist is going to be 3 for 3 against Bumgarner. And that'll be a double. So he's got a single, a double, and a triple.
Well, he's jumping in that first pitch again. Last time he did, took a fastball to the right center field gap. Here he takes a cut fastball and just spins on it. That's a nice swing. Elbow's been right through it. Allows the barrel head to get to the inside cut fastball. The only way you can beat that pitch, you bar that front arm and get along, you're gonna break your bat. So Zobrist once again sets it up for Billy Butler.
Butler is flied out and popped out. And he takes inside for a ball. Smolinski's on deck. That hit is hit number 5 in the game for the A's.
Hunter Pence gnome. She's been waiting a while for that.
Swinging a foul down the right field line. That'll be in the seats. He's watching. He's been around the other way though. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that'll end the inning. Ball's hit hard, but nothing to show for it for the A's. And Belt's going to lead things off.
It was all about Jake Peavy, who was outstanding. 6 strong innings, 5 hits allowed, 3 runs, no walks, couple of strikeouts. And he did that in 100 pitches. And for Peavy, he just continues to get stronger with each start. And that is our AT U-verse rewind.
Here's Belt and a swing and a miss. Jake Peavy. There's the line for Peavy. He asked me today, he said, give me a little advice. How can I get through the 7th? I said, well, I'm not an old pitcher, but I'd get some sandpaper.
That would work. It would absolutely work.
I said I'd call Gaylord. He laughed. He's got about as good a sense of humor as you're going to find.
Well, and he's the kind of guy, too, that if you gave an answer, he would listen to it.
Low to Belt, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Giants have not had their leadoff hitter get on base against Bassett in this game.
And it's not going to happen in this inning. His Belt goes down swinging. And here's Crawford. So Bassett has been good. Blanco to follow. We're in the 5th. Crawford down the right field line. This is trouble. And it's off for archway number 1, and he's going to have to dig. Here's the throw. Not in time. Smolinski made a terrific throw. And the Giants have a runner in scoring position.
And the A's are going to take a look. Mike Aldretti. Let's take a look at the end of the play. Down to his belly.
That's pretty close. And they're going to look at it. Yep, he's out.
And they got him. Semien with a high throw still has time. See, from that angle there, you can't. It looks like he's in first.
The one angle he looked out, that angle he looked safe.
And the angle we just saw right there was the angle that Rob Drake was looking at, the second base umpire. So he saw the right hand.
This replay review is presented by Xfinity. So that's going to be a close one. And they look at all the angles. They don't just look at one. And they're going to call him out. So Crawford will be credited with a single.
And that is the right call. And what a throw from Smolinski. And the footwork that he had fielding that ball was absolutely perfect. And he played the carom off the fence like he plays here every day. And let's take a look at the exceptional defensive play from Smolinski. Right to the back foot. Just a one-hop pull. And it's the difference in the play.
Well, we usually don't see right fielders play that close to the line. I mean, a lot of times that's an easy double, maybe a triple. So it's 1-0 to Blanco.
Good changeup. Like I said, every pitch that Bassett has, he's been able to put it across the plate. And he threw that changeup at a 1-0 count, which is when it's most effective, when you can throw it in a fastball count.
Foul. 1-2.
The old left-hander. Nice pick. Gives it to his date. It's no rookie there, folks. No rookie there.
And this one on top of the A's dugout. It stays at 1-2. Bumgarner's on deck. It's a 1-1 ball game. If you just joined us, Bumgarner hit his 3rd home run of the season in his last at bat. Here it's 2-2 to Blanco.
Gamer Bride from Half Moon Bay. Well, of course. Best wishes.
2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, and Laurie on the backhand, and that'll end the inning. 6th inning coming up. Smolenski's going to lead things off.
About it is here. Take a look. It is sponsored by T-Mobile. You're getting a look at Leslie and her crew that were repping the Giants in our nation's capital. If you would like to try and get on a future broadcast, you need to tweet your best picture and you need to hashtag it CSNBA Data Strong Fan. It's a tough one. We're going to repeat it. Hashtag CSNBA Data Strong Fan, and you just might get on one of our future broadcasts, gentlemen.
All right. Amy's got the hashtag thing down.
She's got the hashtag thing down. She does.
I think she lives for the hashtag. Smolenski pops it up. Panic. He's going to battle the elements. And there's a few here. And he makes the catch. Play of the day.
Well, you coined it the pop-up dance a long time ago in Candlestick, and it's kind of come over here to this ballpark, and every once in a while you get to see a new step.
Your heart's pounding, and then you realize that you're not close. And he ended up making a nice play.
Oh, this is okay. I have this one, and then all of a sudden it turns out to be a high extendo backhander. Yep, never to be forgotten. You know, and I'm glad that that part of Candlestick came over. I mean, the pop-ups here are not as entertaining as they were at Candlestick, but they're entertaining.
Two-0 swing and a miss by Fegley. Sunfield is a little different. Right fielders and first base, second base, a little bit short at Candlestick. Rough. Popped up. Pence got a late break, but his speed is so good, not a problem. Well, the next homestand, the Nationals will be in town. It's a 4-game series. The Saturday game, the 15th. The first 40,000 fans are going to receive a 2-for-1 flight voucher from Virgin America. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Canna. Canna is walked and he's flied out to left. 91. It's pitch number 91, and it's a breaking ball for a strike. I guess Cole Hamels means business today, huh?
Well, he's got a no-hitter going
against the Cubs, a team that would like to have him.
And he needed to pitch well. I think that the Phillies, if they had any inkling to seriously consider trading him, are pretty excited about his outing today. He hadn't been pitching all that well.
He's dealing right now. 1-1 to Mark Canna. That game being played at Wrigley Field. The Giants will be at Wrigley Field in 2 weeks, or at least that Sunday game.
A 4-game series
starting on a Thursday night, and then 3-day games. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bumgarner's going to lead things off. It's 1-1.
He's getting stronger.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Tight one here at AT&T Park. It's 1-1. Bumgarner's going to lead things off. Homered in the third. There's the Garden. It's a happy place, that Garden. as Bumgarner gets a fastball and he swings and misses.
Challenge from Bassett.
I had a kale smoothie in the garden yesterday.
How was it?
It was good. I came up with this new concept, the kale smoothie mustache. It's great.
It hangs with you for about 3 days. This is the Giants offense today. A 3-2 fastball off the plate in. And he didn't even get it all and knocked it out of here. Third homer of the year. And that has been the Giants' offensive output today against Chris Bassett. He has been good.
Pagan on deck. And then Panic. Got him. So Bumgarner goes after the high fastball. There's more of the garden.
Edible garden soup of the day. Cream of corn with garlic, onion, and basil.
Made with all the plants that are grown in the garden. Remember that. The kale smoothie mustache. You'll go for that.
I'm in.
By the way, just so we make it perfectly clear, also in the middle of that garden is a bar.
Oh, so they weren't just hovering around for kale salads and kale smoothies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Inside to Pagan as he goes down. And you see they're 3 deep at the bar. The towers, you see the towers, they grow all kinds of things out of those towers.
Oh, it's a working garden. I mean, they pull stuff out of there daily, and it's good.
There's a strike to Pagan, who hit a ball well into center field that Sam Fold ran down in the third. There you go.
Strawberry basil, kale banana, blueberry and chocolate mint.
Two balls and 1 strike. Get those
infused.
Ready to roll, baby.
Strawberry, cucumber.
Two-one pitch to Pagan. Pagan ropes it, and it's right at Smolinski, who comes in and makes a diving catch.
Smolinski's putting on a clinic in right field today. Nice play. Good at bat from Pagan. Ball hit right on the screws. You're singing the get down song as you're heading to first base. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. And this time it did not. Good concentration of the glove.
So here's Panic. Panic is 1 for 2. Slow breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, that's another thing too that Bassett has done well. He's really mixed that first pitch up, and he's used all 4: changeup, curveball, slider, fastball.
One and 1 to Joe Panic. Duffy to follow. Hit out into right center field, and Smolinski can't get it. Archway number 7, the carom, and Panic with 2 outs wisely stops at second.
And that's a play as a base runner that you're not going to look at a hitting coach. It's right in front of you. You're the man making the decision. Slider, hanger, barrels it, and not even the great Smolinski could catch this one today. That ball is a bullet right over his head. And from Panic's perspective, as he's rounding first base, it's his call. You do not want to ever make the third out at third base. And he was thinking triple off the get-go. But right here he's thinking, I better put the anchor down. And it's a smart decision.
Duffy has hit the ball hard twice. Giants now have the lead run at second base. One ball and no strikes. So we're in the 90s now, pitch count wise, for Chris Bassett. Still looks like he's got a lot of life in that arm. And a base hit to right field, and here comes Panic. Here's the throw home, not in time. To second, not in time. And the Giants retake the lead.
Now Duffy's got to be thinking, well, I finally found a hole. It's the third time he's hit the ball right on the screws against Bassett. And here he takes a breaking ball outside corner. I think he was looking away. Smolinski coming in. But with 2 outs, Panic off at the crack of the bat. And a nice hustle play from Duffy to put himself in score position for Buster Posey. Panic scores easily.
Well, he runs a lot better than you think. So Buster Posey's going to hit. And for Duffy, RBI number 43 on the season.
And the A's can really pick as to who they want to throw. Do they want to pitch to Posey? They have an open base. Or do they want to pitch to Hunter Pence? And it might be one of those deals. Don't give him anything good to hit. If you walk him, no big deal.
One and 0.
We saw the A's or the Giants in a similar situation over the weekend with the Padres with Posey up, and they pitched him in this scenario, throwing breaking balls off the plate away, and he beat him. He went off the plate out of the strike zone and beat him to right field. And what was the at bat that determined the game?
I don't believe Buster Posey was looking for that pitch.
He was not. He was looking for a slider off the plate away.
Hits this one on the ground towards the hole. And Simeon's throw is in time. And that's going to end the inning. So after 2 outs, a Panic double and a Duffy single, and the Giants retake the lead. 7th inning coming up. 2-1 Giants. peeler. Good matchup today. Bumgarner, Bassett. Bassett has pitched very well. Bumgarner has scattered 5 hits. He's thrown 94 pitches. Zobrist is 3 for 3. Bumgarner hit his 3rd home run of the year. Here's full, and that's 1 out. Giants have benefited on some atom balls hit by the A's. So Millie Burns is going to hit. I saw Burns was injured last night. Ball came up and hit him in a spot where half of our country knows what it feels like.
Well, he tried to play through it. He went out there in the field after this inning, but it just really became so uncomfortable he had to leave the ball game. But obviously feeling better.
He said he wanted to throw up, and the trainer said, no, you can't throw up on the field. That's not allowed. And he didn't. He said, I held off. But the one thing that was really clear about Burns, as this is bounced to Belt, was you could literally see the color go out of his face. He was white as a ghost. So it's good to see him back on the field.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we've seen that throughout our career where it becomes very serious. And fortunately, it did not come to that for Burns, but not able to start today.
Here's Simeon. Simeon lined out to Belt. Belt made a really nice play in the 5th. He's 0 for 3. So Bassett is done. And you tip your cap to Chris Bassett. He threw the ball very well today.
Well, you can see why the A's like him.
Tap foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Romo as he starts to get loose.
Next pitch for Bumgarner, number 100.
Off of either Posey or Joe West, it's 1 and 2.
I think it got Posey right in the mask on the chin.
Someday, who knows when, he'll get tired of that. Could be 5 years, could be 10 years. Got him, and that's the inning. 7-pitch inning for Bumgarner. It'll be Pence, Belt, and Crawford coming up. 2-1 Giants. ball game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
The pitcher now for Oakland will be Fernando Abad. 36th time that he's coming in. 0-2 with a 3.91 ERA. 24 strikeouts against 6 walks and 25 in the third. And he has chewed up right-handers more so than lefties. How's he doing? You're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball with a curveball, slider, changeup combination. Billy Burns stays in the game. He's in center field. As the Giants try to add on for that man right there, Madison Bumgarner, who's been fantastic today through 7.
Pence is 0 for 2. And the first pitch is wide. Giants 2, A's 1 here in the 7th. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Tailing away two-seam fastball. And Abad gets a lot of outs against right-handers with that pitch. That and the changeup. Those are the 2 movements he has that goes away from righties.
Wow, 3-0.
Giants still looking for their first leadoff hitter against the A's today. Could not do it against Chris Bassett. Good looking group.
Hands full. And a 4-pitch walk. Not exactly what Bob Melvin had in mind. And here's Belt.
Hey, Kuiper's here. Number 18, the real Kuiper.
Thanks for remembering. Here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 2. Belt with a foul. Another good looking group. No balls and 1 strike. Is that a phone violation when you're on camera? Oh, okay. We're good. No balls and 1 strike. Nothing in 2. So Abad, who couldn't find the strike zone to Pence, jumps out in front of Brandon Belt. Pulled foul past Billy Hayes.
Oh, pick it, Molly.
Schinberger off of Molly. Is she limping? A little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Watch the right foot. Oh.
Call a tow truck or no?
Yeah, I'd call a tow truck. She's in desperate need. She took one off the bare hand earlier. She's taking a beat. It's a double ice bag day for Molly.
One and 2.
Not easy being a ball babe. Boom.
It is tow truck. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's foul back. There you go.
Right place, right time. And a bit.
Guy offered him his beer for the ball. He said, no, I'm good. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A little spillage on the jacket there.
And that's a good swing right there. It's 1 and 2. Cole Hamels has a no-hitter through 7 innings against the Cubs. What a way to go out if that's your last start in a Phillies uniform.
Well, it very well could be. Trade deadline 6 days away.
Belt flips one. Left field. Base hit. Yeah, that was a battle right there.
And the Giants have set it up for Brandon Crawford, who's been one of their best RBI guys all year. Activity in the Giants bullpen with Sergio Romo back on the mound, it means that Madison Bumgarner's days probably come to an end.
So here's Crawford. Crawford drove a ball down the right field line, tried to stretch a single into a double, and was thrown out by Smolinski. He's 1 for 2. One ball and no strikes. Blanco to follow. High and foul, and that's going to be a souvenir down the right field line.
Hey, the group out in the Cove having a ball.
Yes, they are. You need a flat screen out there. Somehow you got to figure that out.
Oh, he's got to go in and get it. Not a problem.
1 ball and 1 strike. Hit on the ground. Could be a pair. And it is a pair. On the play, Pence goes to third. So here's Blanco now with Pence at third. Bumgarner's come out. So here's Blanco. Blanco's 0 for 2. Stays in there pretty good against lefties. Except that pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Every once in a while there will be a broadcaster's jinx, and it just raised its ugly head right there.
It happens. Justin Maxwell on the top step of the dugout with a helmet on.
So here it's 0-1 to Blanco, and Blanco tries the bunt, and he bunts through it, and it's 0-2. Good defense set up. Burns really cheating towards the gap in left center field.
Straight away in the infield. Slight shift towards second base on the left side of the infield.
One and 2.
And a change up. Blanco trying now. A 2-strike, 2-out opportunity for an RBI.
2-2. So that bends Blanco back just a little bit.
I always thought that's the one situation that hurts a pitcher the most. He's 1 strike away from getting out of an inning, and a hitter comes up with a knock to get him in. Big momentum swings of the bat.
And a full count.
And they're trying to go out of the strike zone up. Blanco is not biting.
So 3-2. Bumgarner on deck. And he got him, and that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up. It's 2-1 Giants. June of 1999 against the A's. JT Snow with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 15th, and it scored FP Santangelo. Then the Giants beat the A's that day 4-3 at Candlestick. Giants with a 2-1 lead. And it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Sergio Romo takes the ball now. 41st time he's come in.
On the ground to Crawford. And on one pitch, Warriors retired. He loves that first pitch.
Yes, he does. And you said earlier, very aggressive. It's great when you're hot, but when you're not, it just seems like a frustrating at bat because it all happens so quickly.
Yeah, Eric Burns had the last cycle for the A's, and he did it here. And really a quite interesting day, if I remember right.
He had the old magic wand-oo going, no doubt.
Zobrist needs a home run to complete the cycle. He's 3 for 3.
Eric Burns was fun to watch.
Yeah, he was. Zobrist did hit a home run last night.
And He did it in a 3-2 count.
Yep. And it's 3-0 with Billy Butler on deck. So Romo's got to come in. He really doesn't want to walk Zobrist. And he does on 4 pitches. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Well, a very notable streak came to an end last night for reliever George Contos. He allowed an inherited runner to score for the first time this season. That's pretty amazing. He had straighted 26 of 26 previously. Guess who's impressed? Buster Posey, who told me today that George has just really stepped up his game this season. He's very confident out there. He also said as a middle reliever, what's unique about George is he has 3+ pitches, that he's really expanded his pitching repertoire. Guys?
All right, thanks, Amy. Yep, Contos. Here's Butler, and he takes a strike.
Santiago Casilla heading down to the Giants bullpen.
And a soft toss to first. Oh and 1. 0-2. Now this is the first time Butler's ever faced Romo, including postseason.
That's a bit odd, but it is a total disadvantage for a right-hander to hit off of Romo for the first time, simply because you're not seeing the normal spin on a slider. And with Romo's no-dot slider, not only does he have the deception of the no spin, or not the normal spin, but he's got exceptional command with it, and it's quick. It's a big break. And he's tough to hit when you've seen him for the first time.
Butler took it. It's 1-2. Zobrist at first. And it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 times ahead in the count. He's gone to the outside part of the plate. And that's the norm, but every once in a while he'll come front door with the slider.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Popped him up. Straightaway center field for Pagan. And Pagan looked like he was wrestling that one all the way. 2 outs.
He's looking right into the sun right now. You can see the shadow right behind him. It's the latter part of the inning that it affects the middle part of the diamond. And it's when shortstops and center fielders and second basemen really have to start wearing the sunglasses. And you can see the glare in the lens of the sunglass of Angel Pagan. And you're right, it was a wrestling match.
So here's Jake Smolinski. No balls and 1 strike. Stephen Vogt is in the on-deck circle. The A's pretty confident with Jake Smolinski at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. takes that pitch down low. I will say this: he stands up there. He's seeing those pitches pretty good. One and two.
Slider down below the zone, and he gets him to chase. See the spin. It's not the normal spin that a hitter will see. There's not that definitive little red dot on the slider. Now he gets spin on it, but it's just not the one that tips the pitch. Hence the nickname, the no dot slider.
Way outside, 2-2. Eleven hits in the game, 5 for the A's, 6 for the Giants. Zobrist at first. He goes. Got him, and they'll end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. For the 2-1 lead is Ari Adrianza is going to pinch hit, and he takes high. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Fernando Rodriguez, the new pitcher for the A's. The right-hander is coming in for the 30th time. Fastball, curveball, changeup. You'll see a lot of cut fastballs from him. Fastball is a good one. It'll go low to mid-90s.
Center field. Burns. 1 out.
All right, time now for our player of the game, brought to you by Honda. Madison Bumgarner would be that gentleman today, and he did it with his arm. 7 strong innings for Bumgarner. 5 hits allowed, 1 run, 7 strikeouts on the day against a couple of walks. And not only did he do it with the arm, but he also did it with the bat as well. Bumgarner hit his 3rd home run of the year, and he is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
Here's Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 3. Has hit the ball hard a couple of times. And he takes a strike. Panic to follow. There's Casilla getting loose, the former A. Down low to Pagan. The A's will have Fegley scheduled to lead things off, but you think that we're going to see a host of left-handed hitters coming up in the top of the 9th. Outside and high, 2 balls and a strike. Bassett, Abad, and now Rodriguez. Three and 1.
Angel Pagan does not have a home run yet this year, which is a bit odd. And he's been swinging the bat well, and he is in a fastball count right now, and he will be aggressive. Look, 1 pitch, 1 side of the plate.
You're not implying that that's a bad thing.
No.
Okay.
That was a yuckadoo hack right there. But, you know, Pagan, he's always hit home runs throughout his career. Had 15 in 2012 with the Giants. And I think it does wear on him that he hasn't got any this deep into the season.
Well, he hasn't talked to me yet on how to handle it. Tuesday, August 13th is Grateful Dead Tribute Night. There's a special event package. You get the ticket to the game. You get a commemorative Grateful Dead Giants t-shirt. Visit sfgiants.com/special events.
50 years. Grateful Dead have thrived in the Bay Area.
Panic takes a breaking ball inside. Giants were in this spot in the 6th inning, 2 outs, nobody on. Panic doubled, Duffy singled. They took the lead.
Well, Brooks Party's still here. You didn't think they'd leave early, did you? Come on.
You think they've had more than 1 order of nachos?
Yes, I do.
You think they've had more than 1 margarita in that group?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it'd be fun to follow them around after the game?
I don't think they're going to slow down. This is their day.
Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants post-game live. Highlights, reaction, analysis. It's coming up. Cole Hamels, by the way, is going to go to the bottom of the 9th with a no-hitter at Wrigley Field.
He's thrown 112 pitches through 8 innings. He struck out 12 in that game. Fouled
off the backstop It's 2-2 to Panic. Two to Panic. Panic again. Stays alive. A fan brought his glove. This was not an easy play, but he did bring his glove. It was hit right at him. And the young man sitting next to him said, "You know, Dad, I had it. I had it."
We got to get that guy a ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to think about that for the next 16 years.
2-2 pitch is in the dirt. 3-2.
I mean, really. I mean, he's a player, too. You could tell just by the way he's broke his glove at him.
This is a lefty. So 3-2 to Joe Panic. Duffy trying to get up there here in the ninth, and this is rolled to second for Zobrist, and that'll end the inning. So we will indeed go to the ninth. Casilla coming in. It's 2-1 Giants. The Giants and the A's pregame live at 12:30. The game for you right at the top of the hour, and that'll wrap up this Bay Bridge series until the Giants head to Oakland at the end of September. 2-1 Giants. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. It's Casilla against Josh Reddick.
24 saves on the year for Casilla. This is his 42nd game.
Panic to Belt. 1 out.
Well, no better way to start a ninth inning than a one-pitch out. I always say that about any inning with a one-pitch out to start an inning, but especially important when you're trying to save a one-run game.
So here's Vogt with Ike Davis on deck. Vogt was the catcher in last night's game, and he took an 0 for 4. He comes in hitting at .279, and he hits this one out to Panic. Panic got him. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Nice play by Joe Panik.
Well, that was not easy. I mean, they set the shift, so he was well into the outfield, about 10, 15 yards. Maybe about 8 yards. Still, think about Vogt. I mean, he runs well. He's not going to make it easy for you to give you time. He's going to put some heat on the play. Both guys are very aggressive against Casilla in this inning. Reddick a 1 pitch out, now Vogt.
You can see the history of the number of games that Panik has played at short when you see him make plays like that. So here's Davis. And a strike. Davis, lots of power. And that's low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Put 2 seam fastballs on that outside corner. Any fastball that is on the inside part of the plate is going to be a mistake.
Outfield straight away and deep. 2 balls and a strike. To see his birthday today. .35. 3-1.
So 0-1 to a 3-1. Mike Davis is looking for one thing. He's looking for a mistake out over the plate up.
And the walk. So Davis reaches on the walk. And here's Burns. Burns against Bumgarner bounced out to Belt in the 7th inning. So now Belt will have to hold Davis on as he represents the tying run. Little flare to left, and that's going to fall. So the tying run is now in scoring position. And the hitter will be Marcus Semien. So a walk and a bloop. And we're going to get a pinch runner. It's going to be Sogard.
So Bob Melvin has rifled through his bench this inning. Going through Davis, Vogt, Reddick, and now Sogard.
Semien is 0 for 4. All those at bats came against Madison Bumgarner. So Sogard at second. Burns is at first. Ball and no strikes.
Trying to wrap that little 2-seamer around that outside corner at 95. So Casilla reaching back for velocity. He did not miss by much.
One ball and 1 strike. Good speed at second. Good speed at first. It's 1-1 to Semien. Two balls and 1 strike. Cole Hamels did indeed throw a no-hitter today at Wrigley Field. 2 balls and a strike. Foul back, 2-2. He had a good swing.
Yeah, he had a good pitch to hit. Giants are playing double defense with their outfield, so with 2 outs, anything that falls in front of the outfield, Sogard, the runner at second base, is going to score.
And he hung it, and he pulls it foul.
2 good pitches to hit, the last 2. The 2-1 fastball challenge, and here this hanging breaking ball. And you're a catcher, and a guy just hangs a curveball. You're not calling it again.
Two and two. And a full count.
So he throws a little cutter off the plate away, and Simeon spits on it. And the count goes full. Just a little cut just off the plate.
That's a good call. It's not a strike.
It was not. That was his chance to go out of the strike zone.
Runners will go. And they got him. And that's the ball game. So Santiago Casilla comes in, he gets the save, and Madison Bumgarner gets his 11th win.